Anyway, um, hi guys, welcome to another episode of Dexter's Diary. I am Dexter, and I'm kind of sick right now. Got a little bit of a cold, but it's all good. We're pushing through. We're focused. We're getting things done, or hoping to get things done. Um, I got some things coming up in the next 30 days that I actually literally have to focus on and really be steadfast. And I am hoping and praying that the universe conspires with me. I know it is, to get everything done in this length of time, because we are literally running on borrowed time. But that's a whole nother story, and I'll get into that once this time span is up and everything is done. In the meantime, in between time though, today I want to talk about having the courage of your convictions. Right? I know it sounds really great to just say yes, I want this, or no, I don't want that, and hope that that's what you get, right? But the reality is, there will be things that come into your life that change your perspective or distract you from what your yeses are and what your nos are, your hard nos or your hard yeses. And you have to make a decision. And I don't know about you guys, but I do have my core group of friends and family that I talk to about certain things. And each person gives me their different outlook on how they feel I should proceed with this. Ultimately, the decision is mine, and I know the decision is mine, and they know that the decision is mine. But these are my confidants, and they play the part of my conscience in a way. And I'll bring certain things up. So, I've had to make some very difficult decisions. Decisions that I didn't think we just literally got out of January. I didn't think I'd be making crazy ass decisions early on this year. I didn't plan on it, and I don't think you plan on these things, but you don't realize how hard it is to keep your hard yeses and your hard nos, right? What we want, it's not like a pair of sneakers. And I'm talking, these are real life decisions. I'm not talking about a pair of sneakers or, excuse me, or an outfit or something like that. I'm talking about life decisions. And we come into certain situations and we think oh, this is going to be great and we're okay with this. And then something will happen and it'll totally throw you off your game, and you have to decide whether or not you're going to be true to yourself and your vision and do what's best for you, right? We say that lightly, but I don't know how many people really believe that. When you talk to your friends or your significant other or whomever and you tell them just do the best thing for you, we negate the fact that sometimes a lot of these situations involve other people. So, yeah. So, I'm sorry, I'm a little distracted by music. Sometimes these decisions, we have other people involved, right? And it's just not a clear and concise route to, I'm just going to do the best for me and fuck the other person. I recently had to make a decision regarding someone in my life. And luckily for both of us, we had always been open and honest about how we felt about things between us and how we viewed things out in the world. And I felt like that really set the foundation for our friendship. And they just kept telling me yo, I don't care what happens. I just want you to do what's best for you. And initially when I made my choice, I had them in mind, and I didn't want to hurt that person in this particular instance. I just didn't want to hurt them. And so I chose them in this um, situation. And but the one thing that kept ringing through my mind after I made this choice was, am I doing what's best for me, or am I negating what I want in order not to hurt the next person, right? And I just kept running around with it, just kept going, and I realized the reason why I kept thinking about it was, no, I wasn't being true to myself. I wasn't being true to what my vision was for me, because I was still taking into account the other person in the equation. And we sat down, we had a conversation, and I had to let them know, like, I have to do what's best for me. I'm going to take your advice, and I'm going to do what I feel is best for me. Like, that is true to my vision, because we're not parallel in this thought process. So I have to, it's nothing against you, it's nothing against anybody else, but this is what I want. This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm not going to compromise on. And it made me realize also how many friendships, how many relationships, how many things in my life that I have, instead of doing what I felt was best for me, or I thought I was doing what was best for me under the guise of sacrificing something I wanted because there was somebody else in the equation. And you can love someone, you can care about them, you can have the best friendships, you can have the best roommates, you can have the best boss, children, whatever the case may be. But ultimately, if you're not going to be happy with the situation once the dust settles, then you really aren't doing what's best for you. And we take it lightly. It's just like, oh, do what's best for you. But how many times do we really put ourselves first? There are a lot of people who are just straight up narcissists, and everything is about them. And I get that, but I'm not a narcissist. And I don't deal with narcissistic people because they're just really fucked up individuals, and I don't got time for that. But aside from that, though, we've all made sacrifices for people in our lives, under the guise of doing what's best for us. But we always take somebody else we always take other people's feelings into consideration, and that's not a bad thing. But, that's not a bad thing. But if someone cares about you and they're earnest and honest about it, they would want you to do what's best for you. Even if in the moment of making this decision or moving on or doing whatever you're doing, they may be hurt or they may feel some kind of way. But ultimately, the fact that you're going to be happy should override that. Like, they should be okay with the fact, like, look, you want me to move to Minnesota with you. And, I had a friend who wanted me to move to Atlanta. And she was like, yeah, let's do this. Let's move to Atlanta, blah, blah, blah. Like, it'll be fun. There's nothing keeping you here, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. And I thought about it for a bit. And I'm like, it would be dope. Like, we've been friends for a long time. We can get a house out there, be roommates. I'll take the upstairs, take the downstairs, or whatever. All these thoughts. And then it was like, do I personally really want to move to Atlanta? Like, I never saw my life going in that direction. Like, that wasn't on my trajectory of places that I wanted to move once I left New York. Like, that just wasn't it. And I thought about it for a while, and I finally had to tell her, like, look, that's not my thing. Like, that's not where I want to go. And I could tell that she was disappointed, but I felt like I gotta do what I want. Like, and I'd be moving to Atlanta to not so much placate you, but it would be your thing. And I would just be piggybacking off your thing. It's not my thing. And when I think about moving, I don't think about moving with like a best friend or a homegirl. Like I'm thinking like me and my significant other have purchased a house, or I've bought a house or bought a land or whatever. Like it's either me or someone I'm with in a relationship, not my homegirl. Like nah, like I love you, but I don't sleep with you. Like so we have to. I not we. I had to I had to stand firm on my hard yes, and my hard no. And although a lot of people advise me against it, some people are biased because of their own emotions, and I get that, and their own thoughts, and I get that. But ultimately, like I only have to live my life. No one has to live my life for me. So whatever choices, good, bad, or indifferent, that I make, I'm the only one that has to live with that. And I'm the only one who I wake up in the morning and I gotta look myself in the mirror. I gotta see myself. I gotta live with myself. My thoughts are my thoughts and my thoughts alone. My emotions are my emotions and my emotions alone. And I will no longer forsake myself for somebody else's happiness and sit here and be miserable, or sit here and and it doesn't necessarily have to be that I'm miserable, but wishing that I had something more, wishing that I had made a different choice, or wishing that I had stood up for myself earlier on. Because sometimes you wait and you wait, when you finally make the decision, you're so far down the rabbit hole, it's too fucking hard to climb the fuck out. There's gonna be so much collateral damage, you're even afraid to say a word or do anything, because it's like stepping on a fucking landmine and everything's gonna blow up in your face. Because when you had the chance to say what you needed to say, when the opportunity presented itself, you did not. You backed down. You were a punk and you backed down, and now shit is even further along than you anticipated, and all kinds of things are involved. Money is involved, fucking time is invested. Like, what do you do then? And excuse me, I don't know about you, but I've been down this road before, and I'm not doing it again. I'm not compromising myself because I'm thinking about somebody else's feelings. I'm not gonna spend time investing anything in a situation where I feel like I'm trying to sway you to my point of view, friend, family, or otherwise. Like, this year is not about swaying other people to your perspective. It's about seeing your perspective and living that outright. And whomsoever don't like it, it's fine, because that's your life you have to live, and that's your life you have to live, and this is the life that I'm living, and I'm happy, and I'm okay, and I'm fine with it, and I'm exhilarated by the opportunities that are coming, and I'm okay with that. So don't stand firm in your yeses, and stand firm in your nos, and do not be a martyr for anyone. Like it makes it sound all glamorous and shit, but being a martyr for somebody else or anybody else or any situation that does not benefit you, like the whole point of being a martyr is that you kind of basically fall on your sword for somebody else or for a cause or whatever. And that sounds great, but the reality is, like, you're dead. So, like, is it worth falling on your sword? I don't care what the relationship is. You can be with someone, and if you feel like going into it, like, yeah, they may very well be a great person, but are our visions in alignment? We can be friends, and you can be a dope ass person, but are we as friends in alignment? Like, does the life that you live, does it complement the life that I'm living? Like, if you out all day, if you out all night and you want to party and do all kinds of shit and blah, 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 sleep on, like, that's not the life that I live. And I don't knock it. I've been there. But at the time that I was there, that's just the life that I was living. And everyone that I was with was living the same type of lifestyle. So we were okay with it. The moment that I chose to not want to be part of that, There were rifts. There were different people said different things. Like, you don't come out no more, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but that part of my life is on the back burner. Like, I want something more. I want to do something more. I want to do something different. So I could hang out and party with you guys all day and all night and come out, and it's like 8 o'clock in the morning, and those nights were dope, but that's not where I see myself going forward. Like, you gotta stand firm on your yeses and firm on your nos, and don't forsake yourself for anyone. It's challenging. It really is and you think that you're doing it for the best, but like, you come first in all equations. You come first. It can't be. It's not going to be 2 plus 1. It's always got to be 1 plus whatever, and you are 1 plus whatever, and then you go out from there. But if you're not in the equation, or if you're coming last in the equation, you're setting yourself up for misery. You're setting excuse me, you're setting all other parties up for some type of misery, because eventually you're not going to be happy in this. Eventually you're going to want what you really wanted in the beginning, what you said that you didn't want, or you put it on the back burner because I'll get to that later. And I'm rambling, but that's how the thought process goes. And that's what really fucking happens. So I say all this to say, like, put yourself first, and people who care about you and people who are really down for you will be okay with that. They will be fine with that. And if they're not, excuse me, and if they're not, then that's okay too. You have to be okay with that, because it's your decision. It's just like they tell you, like, you made your bed, now you have to lay in it. It's your bed. So at least make it comfortable. Get some really nice sheets, some good pillows, like a really high thread count, like, and lay in it and be okay in that bed. Like, I got a queen size bed. Like, I'm okay with my bed. Pillow top, I'm good. The sheets is comfortable, I'm good. They smell nice, I am good. Like, it's your bed. Make it the way it needs to be made so you can be comfortable. Not so when your guests come over, they can lay up all, got their booty all up in your sheets and what? And they comfortable, but you not. No. Do not put your shit on the back burner. Okay? Till next time. Bye.